Hi all, welcome back to Sunshine the City Show. Max, your host. Today I want to discuss with you Ghislaine Maxwell. And as we know in a previous video, she had turned up to court on a TV screen, but it was a big white screen. And the reporters turned up, although they turned up very last minute, didn't seem to be overly interested. And we see there was no cameras and no video cameras were allowed in the courtroom, which apparently is a procedure in federal court. But very annoying because we wanted to know if she was there in real time on the screen, because there wasn't, she said 3 words, so it could easily have been faked. 3 words lining up with the question that should be told. And for people who are victims, it's not very good that she didn't turn up, that the prisoners prison vans couldn't have taken there to the court in real time. So now we have Trump, who said, I wish her well. And you think, well, at least now the media will show more interest. At least they're going to turn up, right? Well, I think that's going to be the case now, because Trump's got media sort of hyped up and more interested than they were before. And they haven't been very interested in it right now. And you've got Hollywood actors, you've got former media mates, everything else hooked into this Epstein Island. Now, because Trump could be involved, I wish her well, they want to turn up. They want to turn up and cover this. Now, another thing you need to know, it seems to be a parroted phrase, I wish her well, because it's kind of the thing that Hillary Clinton had said to Seth Rich, I wish him well, before he died. And if you remember, he was robbed, but he wasn't robbed of anything. They knifed him in the back and killed him, robbed him, but didn't take anything. So it was the weirdest robbery of all. And we know that wasn't a robbery. He was the person that was supplying information from the government and giving it to WikiLeaks. He'd given the emails, Hillary's emails, and given it to WikiLeaks. He wasn't a Republican. He was a liberal. Oh no, he was a Bernie Sanders supporter, Seth Rich, I think. Bernie Sanders supporter. And a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people are rioting for the wrong reasons. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter is a new world order movement. They've allowed this to happen because they want civil war. They don't want Trump to have control of America, and parts of America are under democratic control, under new world control. And they want Trump to be gone. They don't want him to be elected at all costs 2020, because they want the new world order to roll on. And it can't roll on the way it is right now. And so China's been given the mantle of running the new world order. And Black Lives Matter have not a clue what they should really be protesting about. They should be protesting about house prices, vaccines and microchipping, because that's the thing that's going to happen to us. And some of us can't go through this microchipping because it's mark of the beast. And if vaccines are coinciding with that, it's mark of the beast. So we cannot participate in that. So that's deaths, or that's us as homeless people under the bridge, possibly. And so that's the outlook for us with the Democrats for a lot of us. And a lot of us, they've had the mums in arms. I don't know if you've seen it. They've had the mums in arms, locking arms together in protest and praying, while at the same time and praising God or something crazy. Karens, we call them Karens, don't have any reality at all. You have Ted the Mayor coming out, and they pretty much they threw stuff in front of his feet, and they started throwing stuff, and they didn't really want him, and he was helping them. He's out there with the protests, and it's getting kind of rough for him. People were grabbing him, and it was getting a little bit rough. And the mums, I don't think they understand either. At the same time, they're out there, Trump's such a bad man, the Karens who know the best, and there's riots going on, there's burning buildings down going on at the same time. I mean, how crazy are you, Karens? If you're a Karen, stop it. Please stop it. The brainwashing from your professors, the brainwashing of your children, Trump's a bad man. You watch CNN News. Project Veritas exposed CNN News. Please wake up. Please wake up. I don't know how we wake you up. It's beyond a joke. I mean, I've seen videos now. I hadn't been seeing it because on Facebook, for some reason, they separate two political minds. They separate the right, and I'm considered right for some reason, even though I voted New Zealand First in New Zealand, and they lined up with Labour, which is a socialist type party, and that stopped China from buying our land, although China did fund them as well, and America called them out on that. And we had the Chinese spy, as you know, John Yang, and he's still in power, but he's the last week or so he's entered retirement, because I think America have put pressure on him with the 60-minute program, exposing him as a spy, exposing him training Chinese agents. We think, well, you know, New World, China's not that bad. It's like, well, it's got Chinese Muslim organ concentration camps, basically. In Hong Kong, people disappear, and where do they go? Probably to these camps. And the Pope not doing anything, you know, China paying off the Pope. Although I think the Pope's probably more in charge than you think. He's probably getting some money off China. You know, you've been naughty boys, China. I need some money from you, and for this to happen, you know, that's some of my congregation there you've got. We need to start this war with Trump, because Trump's not on board for this new world order. The Pope's probably all for this new world order right now. I mean, he's been close to calling out Trump. He's Obama's mate. Obama was a New World Order guy. Deep State. He created the Deep State, the craziness with all these laws and judges, corrupt judges and everything else. That's Obama. So everything's nuts there. We wouldn't be able to prosecute Maxwell if we had these corrupt judges, you know. Roger Stone went up there and they prosecuted him, even though the Russian Gate thing was a whole hoax. Whole lie. Even that, and he still got done even though he pleaded innocent, he still got done for it. That's how corrupt these judges are right now in America, and they're still corrupt. But there are a lot more good ones, more federal good judges than there used to be. And there's still a lot of corrupt judges out there in America. So America, you're thinking, well, I'm in New Zealand, why am I talking about America? Because America's the only thing fighting for the freedoms of me, for me to stop being vaccine and microchipped. So I'm watching these brainwashed young people in America running around, Black Lives Matter, Trump's a racist, burning down buildings, and just absolutely crazy. Karen mums, I mean, how crazy can that country be? It's just nuts in America right now, and they want this new world order. Obviously, they want, possibly they want the Chinese war as well. They want releasing viruses. I mean, locking down the whole world, destroying my job, destroying other people's jobs. The whole world's destroying the jobs. I mean, I've heard of countries being shut down for 6 months. They opened up for a few days, and then more people got COVID, and then they just shut it down again. And I don't know if these countries are being paid off or what. One person I was talking to said we're meant to get money every month from these companies that are loaning out, but the government's building a road instead. They're not going to give money to the people. And the people would rather have food and have money than the government building a road. And this is how nuts it is in some of these countries with this funding. So you're thinking, well, we're giving the money to these people, and it's like, well, the money didn't go to the people. The money went to build a friggin' road. And that's how crazy and nuts some of these countries are. They don't understand. They're starving the people. The people are starving and dying. Then they call it COVID because they died of hunger. And then there's more people who've got COVID that died of COVID. And because the figures have been released, someone said there's 150,000 people have died of COVID in America right now. And it just keeps going up. And it's like, well, no, that's not true. Those figures are fiddled. I said, how? Why? It's like, well, hey, you know, I've done this. I've done this so many times. Why they've been fiddled. Federal funding. Getting the money. Federal funding. money off the feds. Someone dies of cancer, we'll put it down as COVID. Might have had a bit of it, might have had none at all. Don't really care. Flu's like COVID, we'll just call that COVID. You understand how it works? So here we are right now. We got this Ghislaine Maxwell. Ghislaine Maxwell. Finally, it's going to upset the elites, upset Hollywood. Finally going ahead, and the media are all on board. All on board. Thank you, Trump. They're all on board. They all want this to happen now. Thank you.